Hey everybody, good morning. It is actually Saturday, and on the last video I failed to kind of do an intro for the Garden Diaries. So I just wanted to say hello, and I hope everybody's doing good. Sometimes it's just all about me, I'm just saying. So today I've already been out here for a few hours and doing some work, and the sun's starting to come in and it's hot. Just got done watering and I'm super sweaty. So if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I put on here info about my 9B garden here in Central Florida. I'm in the Orlando area. And my sister cousin, she'll be posting up some things for 5B. So, it's mostly me. I do a lot. I'm an overachiever when it comes to things like this. So I just wanted to record what I did today. Again, it's Saturday morning. So let's get into the video. So yesterday, I found this plant. I cannot say the name. I did look it up, and it is kind of... it's almost like a succulent, but it was growing in a sunny spot in one of my pots where it shouldn't have been, and it spills over, and I've actually been looking for some spilling over plants. So I replanted it in one of the vertical planters, and we're going to see how it does. And I planted a piece here, and it was in dry soil. I only watered it once, so this is truly a test. My begonia is looking pretty good. It's recovered from the sun after I cut everything off and gave it a good watering in, so yay for that. I transplanted that unknown plant, which I think is a loofah, and I put it in the spot where the loofahs were last year. And I'm not sure if exactly that's what it is, but I think it is. And this will be the only one that I grow this year, if it grows. I did take some leaves off of the bottom of the eggplant. I feel like I could take more, but you know how we are. I'm a little hesitant to just start chopping. I also finally planted some more cucumbers. I keep saying it, so y'all, I watch my own videos. And since I was watching my videos, it kept saying, I'm gonna plant some more cucumbers, so I finally did it. This time I planted some, like some little dill pickle cucumbers. I forgot what they're called. I grew them my first year and they did pretty good, so I'm going to try to grow them again. Y'all, my ladder garden was a little wonky, so I ended up kind of fixing it and leveling it off a little bit so things won't fall off. When I pick one pot up, the whole thing doesn't fall over, so I'm happy about that. I also moved this plant here. I'm gonna see how it does. It's a little overcast today, but it looks fantastic from the other day. But I'm gonna see how much sun is gonna get here. And I really think this plant needs a big pot, because it is it's crazy heavy and it's a lot of foliage. We'll see. I also moved my sage plant, so it should get some more light where it's at, even though it's under a shaded area. And look at that. Bees. I love the bees. I just let them have their way. Y'all, I discovered this today. And it is another bean plant. Y'all, there was a bean and it was sitting on top of the dirt. I figured I dropped it. It's been out here for a while, stuck it in the dirt, and it started growing. So I don't know what kind of bean that is. I also created some shade for my pepper plants, because this time, y'all, down here in Florida, the sun is very intense. So I made some shade because these plants are really tall. I don't know how much taller they're gonna get, but they should have some room to grow. And that's some official shade cloth, so it should get some sun and water when it rains. I also worked on this area. This was like my work area a while ago, if you go back to some of the videos. And I made a little sitting area. Y'all, this sitting area has been all over the place in the garden, but I think we might have a keeper right now, maybe. Y'all, I don't know. I also moved my roses over to this side, so I think I'm gonna do a little vignette in that chair. I didn't really get those chairs for sitting in, and I put them there for a reason, but we'll talk about that on another video. I also worked a bit on my pathway. We'll talk about that on another video as well. unfortunately, nothing to see here. Y'all, I don't know, but I might be giving up on this lemon plant. I don't know what to do with it. Any suggestions would be welcome. Y'all, I'm glad I decided to do this video because I almost forgot that I need to water my hydrangeas. Y'all, all my flowers need some work, so note to self, I need to give them fertilizer and I need to refresh their pots. I haven't done anything to my flowers but cut them back, so they need some help, but my hydrangeas are starting to bloom. So that's it for the moment. 'Cause I'm tired. It's hot out here even though it's overcast. And I'm trying not to do too much because, you know, y'all, I'm of that age, I get tired easy. So I'm pretty proud of myself. This place is starting to look the way I want it to look. So I'll see you all on the next clip. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yeah, we got a plane going overhead. I can't even see it. But we're in an urban garden, so it is what it is. All right, so I've already started doing some work this morning. I came out like right before it got light outside, and I decided I didn't feel like doing anything. And then I looked on my table and I had all these potatoes, and some of them were not so good looking. So I decided to go ahead and plant those up. I've never done potatoes before. It's a bit of an experiment for me. I know people say you should cut them and then let them chit over and all that stuff. Y'all, I'm not going through all that. I just put them in there and we're gonna see what happens. I know I'm gonna need some more dirt. I'm not gonna cover this up just yet with mulch because I'm thinking of some other things. But y'all have done so much since the last time I recorded anything, which was only a few days ago. So let me show you some of the things that I have done. Now, some of the information I may be giving you might be a little redundant, and that's because sometimes I don't remember what I recorded on the previous recording. So forgive me for that, but here we go. First of all, can we say hello to Mr. Snail? Because I know there's a snail in there. And he's got the go. Y'all, next, these were the calendula that I planted. And I planted them on this chair, and every day I turn it just a little bit so everything can get some sun. Y'all, they are popping up already. I'm excited. You can see I planted 1,253,000 seeds. Some of them are like the strawberry calendulas, and some of them are like the regular yellow ones. So yay for that. Y'all, I also cut the coluses into a million colus babies. A few days ago, they're looking fantastic. Good morning to you, lovelies. I just moved these guys. These are mustard greens. I just moved them over out of the greenhouse because the greenhouse is getting saturated with water right now. It's been raining. And I planted some red vein sorrel in here. And I think part of me thinking I'm saying things twice because y'all seen the garden tours and this was in already. So nothing has popped up yet on those. Now you all did see me do this. I planted okra. I planted 24 okras, y'all. And they all popped up in 2 days. I am not lying. And they all germinated. I think the reason why they all germinated is because I'm using seeds from the plants that I grew last year. And that's why I think they are growing so well. Because this is like the 3rd year that I'm growing okras from my seeds. So I think they're getting stronger in my environment. You know, my okra plants grow taller than me. I'm 5'6", and they grow at least 6 feet tall. And my friend Sherry, which by the way, she has a channel as well. And I'll put a link to her channel. It's called Coactive. No, it's not called Coactive Dreams. It's called Sherry McKenzie. But she has a garden as well. And y'all should see the beds that she has been putting together. So I'm going to put a link in the description. So y'all go check her out and give her a thumbs up. And we also go camping. So you'll see some of our camping shenanigans over on her channel. But in any case, so I have a few more things I want to do today. Oh, y'all haven't finished showing you what I've done. Let's see, we moved Mr. Loofah and we set up a compost bin here, but I need a cover for it. Y'all, I've been working on that, which should not be mentioned. That would be my irrigation system. And it's still not going for this year just yet, but I'm close. I also moved some basil over here, and it actually looks really happy. And I have some more. I think I'm just gonna make this like a basil bed because I was watching another YouTuber, and I can't remember his name, but he changed his channel name. So he's in California. And something that he mentioned was that he grew tomatoes with basils as a companion plant, which I do whenever I do tomatoes. I'm not doing tomatoes right now. But when he did that, he said he didn't get any tomato hornworms, but in that same year he grew some tomatoes without it, and those got hit real hard. And I was like thinking, I found like 2 tomato hornworms last year on a plant that didn't have basil by it. So I was thinking, maybe we'll try that with the cucumbers and see if that keeps those stupid caterpillars away. I don't know, y'all. I just like basil anyway, so what the hey? Let's do a little bit of an experiment. Y'all, look at that. Y'all actually ate the other eggplant. I've been looking up eggplant recipes because I have a feeling I'm gonna be getting lots of eggplant off of here. Y'all, I don't know if that's basil or if that is cilantro. I'm gonna eat it whenever it comes up. I'm getting ready to pull up some of these babies too whilst I'm going around. Even the babies on these aloes are having babies. And I've learned the trick to getting these to grow really big is to make sure they're not crowded out, because if I don't take these out, it's gonna be 1,253,000 babies. Look, I spy another one coming up. I'm gonna let that grow up and then I'll pull it out. Let's see, we have lots of basil here. I didn't move this one because it's suffering, I think, from leaf miners. I could just pull those leaves off. Y'all, I'm gonna expand this bed. I thought about it, I have my panels right here. I'm going to expand it, I think. And I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of my the hardware in here so I can start attempting to fill this bad boy up, because it's going to take me a minute. And y'all, there's morning glories growing in there. Who'da knew? And I know y'all seen my shade. I started shading things because things are getting boinked up. Y'all, I planted some zinnias down here, so I think they're coming up. I see one right there. Pretty sure that's a zinnia, so yay. The original zinnias that I put in here did not come up. Now look at Bubbles making all that noise. So if you look here, it looks quite different here on Pepper Roll because I chopped down all of the coluses. And y'all, don't feel bad about chopping your coluses. This is like the easiest plant to grow. I was thinking to propagate a whole lot, and I can put some in my front yard too, which my front yard looks horrible. And they're so beautiful, especially when they're like brand new. And so I'll be chopping this one down as well. I'm going to take the seeds off of here, even though I have seeds in a seed packet. Yeah, I only grew a few of these last year and I have 1 million of them now. But I want to get the seeds from my plants that are growing in my yard just to see how they grow, if they grow even stronger. Y'all, the sunflower killer, which would be the rain, hit my sunflowers really bad yesterday, so they are looking pretty sad. So y'all, it's all about experimenting this year. Well, it's not all about experimenting, but I am trying to, you know, do a little more. So let's get these aloes in the ground. I'm just picking up a whole bunch of babies, the really true babies, and I'm gonna plant them. So you all, I am kind of finished for today. It's getting ready to start raining, and I think I showed you everything that I was doing, and I think the longer bed is gonna work for me better, but that means I've displaced some things. This big guy right here has now been displaced because it was there, but with the longer bed, it is now displaced. So I'm even thinking maybe I might take the contents of that tub and just stick the whole thing in there. What if I just stick the whole tub in here? I don't want to do that, but I'm thinking about it. All right, you all. So I give for today, and I'm going in because I need to think now. So I will see you all on the next clip. Y'all, I'm gonna show y'all this. This right here, y'all, that's a root. I haven't chopped it yet because I want to show it to you. And I have roots like that all through my garden. And the only thing it could be is one of these trees, either in the back or the front of my house. And it is so weird because I have no trees on the side in my garden. And y'all, just got done doing a little bit of garden shopping. And I kind of promised myself that I wasn't going to do a lot of garden shopping this year. I bought a lot of dirt last year. But this year, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use the dirt that I have. I'm not going to buy a lot of pots. So I've been doing good. This was probably like my biggest haul so far this year, because I bought like, you know, a few things here and a few things here. But I'm going to show you what I got, but I just want to talk a little bit about the prices. Now, I hate to be a Debbie Downer and a complainer about prices, but you know, all the prices are raised, and then you get less, you know, that whatever inflation they call it, or deflation. And so it doesn't make me mad, it makes me sad. $1 here, $5 there, more on stuff, all that adds up. So and I'm on a tight budget, so I have to be careful as to what I'm purchasing and how I'm purchasing things. But sometimes I still lose my mind, and I don't think I lost my mind today. But I'm going to show you what I got. All right, I think it's only fair that as part of my garden diaries, I put in here that I went garden shopping today. I'm going to do a separate video on that one. It looks like it's going to rain. It's been raining all week, so I actually haven't done a lot out. Y'all, my list is getting longer. I can't believe that I originally said this year, I don't feel like gardening. I don't know if I'm going to garden, or I'm not gardening that much, y'all. Y'all know how that goes. My garden has turned into a monster already. So we are on the garden hamster wheel right now. So I gotta get back home, and I'm gonna try to get some things done before it starts raining or out in the rain. But y'all, sister has to spray down because the mosquitoes are out like mad, and I don't want to get ate up. So okay, let's get to it. I have recorded my haul video. I'm not sure if you're going to see it before or after this, so if you haven't seen it yet, it's on its way. And so I wanted to come out and try to do a few things, because actually it's been a few days since I've really done any work in the garden, because it has just been raining like crazy, and we have angry skies right now. So I'm going to try to do a few things, but I've noticed a few things as well, and one of them is that my mustard greens are getting eat, so we're gonna have to do something about that. But for now, I'm gonna work on getting the okra planted. So I just wanted to show you before I start, this is where the okra is going to be going, and yep, they're growing in those bricks, y'all. I've grown them in bricks for like 3 years, and they are very, very happy. So I'm gonna set this up so I can get my little babies transplanted, or at least some of them, before it starts raining. Ooh wee, y'all. I know y'all hear that wind. It's getting ready to get it, and I've been out here for a little while, so I need to make a few notes for what I've done since you all seen me last. Which was only like about an hour and a half ago. Y'all, I'm rolling with the more is more philosophy when it comes to the seeds this year. I am ensuring my germination success. I also dug out all the weeds and I refreshed both of my salvia plants. So hopefully, fingers crossed, they'll be happy. I also went through and I gave everything some fish fertilizer that needed some fish fertilizer, and also more bloom. So anything that's blooming, well, almost anything, because y'all, I was a little bit confused. I gave it more bloom as well. I did tons of weeding, and so we'll see how the plants like that. I also did a lot of weeding in my trunk garden, and I added some more of the wayward basil that's been growing around the garden. I'm gonna put as much basil as I can in here. Y'all, this bed is pretty fertile, I'm pretty sure, because both of these pots are composting pots, and I've been adding compost to it, and I refreshed this bed before I started anything, so we'll see. I did notice that my new cucumbers are doing pretty good. My nose is burning from the fish fertilizer. I'm surprised the flies haven't came in hot. It's amazing. Y'all, look at my mint plant. I don't know if you could tell on camera because I'm not standing next to it, but this mint plant is probably about 1.5 feet tall, and I probably need to do something with that. All of my herbs, they're really loving it. One thing that I'm noticing though is because there's so much foliage at the top, it's not just shaded, it's actually kind of dark in here, but I hesitate to take the shade cloth off because everything is really happy on the inside and it's not getting burnt up. Now it's starting to rain pretty good, but look at that rose, y'all. She is magnificent. And these are the miniature roses, and they're also magnificent. And I also wanted to make a note of the cactus because it has a little flower on it. Or maybe it's just growing a baby cactus. I don't know. It's alive, that's what's important. Y'all, look at this thermometer. It's beautiful, isn't it? I got it at the dollar store. I also wanted to make a note of these succulents. They are not happy. However, I put this guy in here a few days ago, and he has roots. Korean tree. Hasn't opened yet, but they smell wonderful. I'm doing a final walkthrough to make sure everything's put away before it starts storming. It was raining and then it stopped. And I'm gonna end the garden diaries for this week because y'all look at me. I don't know what I look like on this garden diaries, but y'all please forgive me. I've been working hard. And you know what? Being out here in the garden, it always reminds me of that cliche that Rome wasn't built in a day. Because y'all, it takes a minute to grow a garden, but once you do, it's so satisfying. So I will see you all on the next garden diaries. If you haven't already, y'all please give this video a thumbs up because I worked hard. And also subscribe if you haven't subscribed because there's more to come. All right, bye.